but I'm also an accessibility advocate, and I'm a consultant within the video game industry. I consult with studios such as Ubisoft, EA, and most recently Naughty Dog for The Last of Us Part 3. For that, I always like
Yo.
That's Leonardo sitting in
Nice.
So,
Good pun. Very good.
it was
Well,
either
yeah, we're
that,
excited to have you.
It was either that
Sorry,
or the life-size statue of ET, but I figured this is probably more camera-friendly.
Are you saying you also have a life-size statue of ET?
That
My
stays in
God.
the bedroom.
Believe it or not, it actually is in
Don't
the bedroom, so there you go.
Yeah, every
we're
morning you
very
wake
excited to
up,
have
is
you on the
ET
show.
standing over you?
Yes and no. He's kind of guarding the doorway into the
Oh,
bedroom,
cool.
so
You have a
there
gun
is that.
strapped to his arm.
Pretty much, yeah.
Got a balaclava and a backwards hat. Classic ET. He had to find work somewhere, you know? 2020, it's been a long ride for him, especially in video games.
Exactly.
Well, we're excited to have you on the show today to talk about next-gen stuff and accessibility. But like before we get into it, you know, I've seen your content. I said this before we started the show. But for anyone who, you know, doesn't know who Blind Gamer Steve is, how do you play video games while blind? Makes sense.
So I actually have a condition called nystagmus, which basically means that my eyes move back and forth involuntarily, so I can't control it. And what it really does is just basically makes my entire vision really blurry. And normally when you kind of describe sort of like what visual acuity is, you have like 20/20 vision, which is generally something that's 20 feet away to you look like it's 20 feet away if you have 20/20 vision. For me, with glasses on, I have 20/200 vision. So something that's 20 feet away looks like it's 200 feet away. With glasses off, it's more along the lines of like 20/17. But the way I'm able to play video games is I have to be pretty much extremely close to as large of a screen as possible. Even right now, I'm sitting about 1.5 feet away from me. I have a 50-inch TV that essentially acts as my computer monitor and gaming monitor. So that's how I'm able to play. It doesn't do the job completely. It doesn't fix everything, but it does a pretty decent job where I'm not having migraines at the end of the day where my eyes are just so close.
Hey, dude.
That's kind of how I'm able to play video games.
So where accessibility is concerned,
Thanks for the follow, Purple Pro 2.
kind of ailment where their eyesight is concerned, like how much room for improvement is there? How bad are video games for people who have trouble seeing?
It's kind of sort of difficult to kind of like sort of compartmentalize that because the way I sort of say it is that generally blindness is not necessarily an on-off. It's a spectrum, and that's kind of across a lot of disabilities. Everything is a spectrum.
Thanks for being my second homie, my G.
One setting that's going to fix absolutely
Hey.
For each disability.
Thanks for my third follow,
Blindness.
Purple Pro.
9 out of 10 people who are blind have at least some vision. It's very rare that you would have someone like a Stevie Wonder who is completely blind to like who can't see at all. And there are people and people within the accessibility community that are sightless that have trouble trying to build play games and usually have that sighted person
Yo, dude.
with them in sort of like a co-pilot kind of mode.
Sorry, I'm just
Generally within the industry,
loading up my save.
it's
How's it going today?
okay. But there are definitely a lot
Sorry,
of
I'm just getting chat up on my phone so I can see everything.
blindness perspective is
Perfect.
really tiny fonts in games. And
Got my cup of coffee and I'm ready to go.
I don't know why that's still
I've not 100% fully woken up yet, but
development.
who cares?
Because they love 4K and they want to be able to make everything look gorgeous in 4K. But when it comes to like a user
Okay, so I just got this random text saying,
if you're sitting at like
"Hi, we sent you a letter about your account. Many of our customers pay via our website. Never had a message from you before. Don't recognize the number."
just to be able to read
So fuck yeah.
branding,
What the fuck is this?
I want to read those
Which
emails.
there is a
No.
lot.
Pal.
Exactly.
I mean,
like,
a lot
I
of
want to
text.
read those. I want to read those things. I want to read the craziness.
There we
of
go.
Kojima.
That's replied. I said,
So
I mean, I'd
there's
say even even
I said,
2020 vision,
I don't know if this is a thingy, but I just said no, pal.
it seems being on the couch, you're like,
No.
how,
Right, let's get chat up and let's get
and
ready to
honestly,
game.
Developers are using like giant TV.
So I am playing
Correct. I have
on
seen
Minecraft 1.16, the new update, just because I did want to try it out with like the new Nether and stuff.
monitors that are direct
I'm playing all the mods 6,
testing phase,
um,
then where a lot of people
which
are
has like 160 odd different mods in it,
where they actually separate.
just because I want a good mix of everything in my campaign.
However, changing the size of
So let's see when we load in.
text has been put in can break a video game.
Just listening to this podcast, Dude Soup podcast
It's actually
with
really
Funhouse.
which is a thing that
I love
would never
Funhouse. Favorite TV,
a developer
favorite YouTube
that they
channel.
would start implementing from the jump,
Fucking
rather than
AH used to be my favorite channel as well until
it just breaks
until the
everything
news
live.
broke a couple of days ago. One of my favorite characters in AH was sort of creepily seeing this underage woman.
The art director of
So,
a particular studio basically
well,
really like trying to be able to push down.
I guess AH now Achievement Hunter is a wee bit
They want the environments to
I don't know.
shine.
I don't know if you guys watch Achievement Hunter, but it's Ryan that I'm on about. He's been hit with a bunch of
So there's
sort of
a developer on his
allegations from this woman.
after hours and just slowly increasing the font size to the point
This is your Zoom class, bro. What are you on about?
noticed, and it
I am your Zoom class.
size, but not
Today we're learning about
and show how like
how to raise doggies in Minecraft. Just kidding. Just don't. Just don't. They're too much struggle.
out last year and we can
Um,
have very small text.
so currently I'm building this. Currently I'm building this sort of factory.
The sliding scale from 1 to 10
I'm going to eat something quickly.
across all the UI.
I've only just started this save pretty much.
But it took 3 months to try to build a
I've just built this and got a few resources. Yeah, so I've not gone very far for this save at all. I started building my mine outside and then I decided to build a house completely around it. You got PE, did you just say? Like physical education on Zoom?
that text. They just came out with new DLC.
That sounds ridiculous.
Love that game. It was
Sounds fun though.
like gaming top 5 plus. It was fantastic.
What does PE on Zoom entail? What do you have to do for that?
I think that, I mean, definitely when it's done after everything is made, it's a huge hurdle. But it's definitely something, you know, if you look at web design, when you're starting with the intent of having
Fast
dynamic
furnace.
scaling of everything, that's what websites do, and they do it from the beginning. So a lot of times it used to be that there was, you know, m.youtube.com and then youtube.com, but now
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how. Like the smoker looks like it's got like this hole on top for something specific,
and
but
then
I guess it might not.
elements scales them to this.
Right, what am I doing right now? I'm currently making floor.
It's the same website.
Don't think I'll have
it's just
enough
programmed to be different.
redwood. That's a bit shit.
Same with window size. It used to be that, like, you know, Windows.
Gonna have to
were
start building some
made it, you know, just a little bit smaller. You'd have to.
machinery.
But now
I hope there's a quarry in this
that
pack.
in the beginning, it's 100%
Excuse me, sorry.
possible to do without, you know, making all these crazy bugs. It's just that currently, yeah, I think it's
Rat upgrade, rat quarry.
And that's
And I
one
know,
more
like,
just a
reason why
response to people, you know,
Okay.
being
Yeah.
vocal about it
Yeah.
after the game comes out.
and that's honestly one of the reasons why
Layer that could be used by the shield or builder,
for the amount of
or F2's builder.
one of the things they did was they started from the very beginning. Yes, they
Alright, so it's RF2's quarry then it seems.
in previous games. Like for example, Uncharted 4 has actually some pretty decent visibility in it, and so they kind of use some of that, including I think.
I'm listening to a podcast right now. If you want me to switch it off and maybe put some music or something on, just give me a shout and I'll do that. Open for music suggestions. I love everything, so
Feature as high contrast mode because they found out afterwards that
as long as it ain't WAP.
started from the beginning thinking about accessibility. Of course, they brought in consultants along the way. They kept going on.
Is my audio sounded okay?
Like design for accessibility kind of
Um,
down.
I don't know if the podcast is maybe too loud or that. I don't think it should be, but
That's kind of where we get games like that, is when those things happen. And no, I'm not paid by Sony
Right.
to say, oh, that they paid me a while ago, but
yeah, I just had to remember if I even brought a bloody axe with me. Luckily I did.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting, like, video games don't
Hey,
have,
good job, bro, good job.
regulations where that stuff is concerned either. Like, I remember when I was working for IGN, we didn't have descriptions of the image written as text.
Can I join?
You'd get in trouble.
I think that would be funny, eh?
You'd have to also be like,
Just get a random streamer to join your your Zoom class.
legal terminology, but what's in the image, meaning that blind people will have difficulty using your
Or if we could set something up so it can look like we're both in the Zoom meeting, like we're on the same webcam, like a green screen type something going on. That would be funny.
A lot of the time, and video games are such a good escape for those people, especially with mental health is concerned. So to have
Yeah, that should
something
hopefully
that they
be.
can experience when they can't necessarily leave the house or can't necessarily partake in other social interactions.
Alright, that should hopefully be.
And definitely something we need to push for. So, with all of that in mind,
Wait, what?
Steve, I'll ask you first. What do you most want to see for next gen?
Excuse me, sorry, man.
Most.
After drinking this coffee, my throat is gone. Pretty gammy. This should help.
necessarily
Some hand san. That'll help the throat, won't it? Joking. That'd be fucking hilarious, though, wouldn't it?
that, yes, while The Last of Us had an amazing array of accessibility,
Ah, damn.
which is
Oh, I've got online classes this year for my college course, and I've just been trying to think of some funny stuff I can do. I was thinking about getting like all my pals to stand in the background, like wearing balaclavas and stuff, just like my teacher asks like, what who's that in your background? I'll just turn around and pretend to be like scared or something, like I've never seen them or that. Thought that could be a little bit funny. Is there anything in here? Or
more than what
no, it's just for looks, I guess.
I think we're definitely
Elementopedia.
a lot more,
You're an Elementopedia.
which is great. I think it's really comes down to mostly the culture.
Do I have any stone? I have so much fucking mud, man. What the hell?
Before that, essentially,
Where's that wood gone?
of accessibility is something that I think drastically needs to change for just not only just next gen, but just in any form, shape. Because we don't get any accessibility marketing at all. We know about a game years beforehand.
Right, I'm doing this so that when I vein break it, it's not gonna break all the mud either.
At all for Cyberpunk 2077 since 2012. And
a while.
yeah, exactly. And we
Oh man, see, I've been waiting for Cyberpunk 77 for so long.
about accessibility.
Got an email reaching right back to when that game first came out, when that original trailer came out. Back when it looked all cinematic and really good, like so many years ago. And I haven't actually, like, I've been waiting for it for so long, at least since like 2013, something like that, when that trailer came out. I've got like this email thread from CD Projekt Red. If it does it again, I will give you the code. That would be fucking amazing, bro. That would be class. Could get some funny stuff set up. Boom. Right, that should be enough wood now, I think. Ah. I heard them coming up right behind me.
I think the culture really needs to change. And as far
Oh,
as, like,
fuck these little fast fuckers.
Microsoft, kind of like what would
Oh, I don't have a sword right in it.
like what are they doing now? In a way, Microsoft is in a great position.
Fuck that guy.
They've kind of done it by a few
I'm not even messing with him. They're too fast for me. My aim ain't that good.
subscriptions
This is All the Mod 6.
just from.
I think it's made by Yogscast. I'm not entirely. Oh fuck.
I
I'm not entirely sure.
get like a
But it has got like over,
from the
I think, over 100 and something mods in it. I can't show you just now, just because I need to be on the main screen. But It's got like this Xeros mini map, which you can pretty much zoom out as far as you want. Whatever you've oh no, I'm lost. Here we go. Whatever you explore, it will like sort of unveil on the map. What other mods we got on that's pretty obvious? We've got some dungeon mods on, which are really good. I love the dungeon mods, to give you loads of good loot. I don't know if this has millionaires and mine colonies or whatever it's called. I don't think it does by what it seems. This one's mainly based on sort of magic, exploration, and like tech sort of stuff. So like, I don't know, I think one of the main things in mod packs for me is being able to like vein mine things. No worries. No worries. Yeah, one of the best things about this mod pack is you can just vein mine everything. Just makes it so much better. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Run, run, run. Let's stick some torches in here. Get out my fucking bed, man. Whoa. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Get out of here. Get out of here. Fucking little villager cunt. Sorry. No worries, no worries.
I think puts a lot of weight on Microsoft to like moving forward, that they can really push next gen for accessibility. Sony, I don't want to say that they're bad at it, they just don't have as much available like as of right now. They don't have a hardware solution for accessibility. Sure, they have internal studios.
Okay, so I'm going to put some stuff away.
Pushed accessibility forward, but it's kind of really been like it's depending on the studio to run really kind of add that in. We see a little bit more of it in recent studios, like Ghost of Tsushima this year had a pretty decent accessibility options. They constantly updated with updated patches for adding accessibility based on kind of user feedback. And we do know that the options and feedback and testing that Naughty Dog has done for Last of Us Part 2 will be shared internally for Sony, but it really kind of depends on the studios. And also, they don't have an accessibility team per se, at least that's their kind of full-time position to work on accessibility. I think there's about 2 or 3 people that kind of like are in it. They are passionate about it, but it's...
Get this guy out of here. Why does he keep on coming back? Surely this house is not that interesting. That's what I fucking thought, bitch. No, this is not a house for you. Get the fuck out, bitch.
And the OS was fine, but a lot of accessibility didn't get implemented until after the APS rolls out, and it's kind of like halfway through the game. So it's interesting to see if they want to be able to include accessibility from a system level moving forward.
You have to call them out for it. I did want to mention, like, so my particular accessibility issue that people might know about Fun Houses. I have tendonitis in both of my wrists, so I can't do any rapid button presses. Anything that requires like frequently tapping a button, fighting games are difficult, games like Guitar Hero are difficult, it just gets very painful, and then my wrists will flare up and I won't be able to use my thumbs for like 2 days. So related to Microsoft, Battletoads was terrible. In terms of that, I did not have, so Naughty Dog, for example, does do the option to change a rapid button press, or even which might be a little bit too fast for me, to just a single tap, which is way easier. Battletoads.
Lapis Lazuli Bot, Crystallized Amber.
So much spamming and no option for it.
Yeah, basically my factory. Like, how do I stop these guys from sleeping in my bed?
But there are also
Get out of me bed.
with a lot of different accessibility restrictions that.
Me mum's bread. Broom broom.
Like there's just some stuff that I feel like Naughty Dog is.
Me mum's bread. Lol.
Concerned from what I can tell, and there are ones you do that I already know.
Hey, get the fuck out of my house. What have I told you? Testificates. Yeah, something funny is
having more of a push in this from both of them and knowing where they stand and what their guidelines are going.
Sorry, man. It's I have this thing when I focus on something, I'm like sitting there with my tongue out and like trying to focus on it. It's
Let me talk to you for a second.
I don't know.
You use the bathroom. You close the door.
Just me.
Go to a friend's place or whatever. People around. You don't want to see a random
Let's
person walk
see.
past when you're doing your business.
I am try hard in this building right now, trying to get this
That doesn't make any sense. What are you
roof
doing,
done.
dude? Using the internet without ExpressVPN.
Come on.
Just like going to the bathroom with the door open. You don't want to do it. It smells. But for real, did you know that internet service
I wish there was a build tool in this, or one that I could make relatively easy at this stage. Like, what happened to Tinkers? Is that a thing in here?
Giants who will then use it to target you. It's a whole mess. But ExpressVPN actually puts a stop to this. It creates a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the
Oh shit, you can make one. That makes everything so much easier.
Do you use ExpressVPN? I 100% like the service.
Hey.
Totally separately from the
Fuck, how did I not know this was this was in the mod pack?
Very easy to use, very easy to set up.
Oh my god, so much easier.
It works on basically everything, so everyone who shares your Wi-Fi can still be protected even if they don't.
I can't believe I'm such an idiot. I didn't even know this. It was in the mod pack. I've literally just built this whole thing without well, just using my pure hands.
One VPN in the world, by CNET, Wired, The Verge, and a bunch of others. So,
get these guys in here.
and believe your online activity is your
Alright, well, at least I know I've got that now. It makes this so much easier.
VPN.com/dude today. Use my link, EXPRESSVPN.
Sugarcane.
And you can get an extra 3 months for free. That's expressvpn.com/dude. Alright, John. Doesn't have to be accessibility related. Whatever you want. So, what are you excited for next gen? Or what do you most want to see?
When I'm
Boom, 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 boom. Whoa.
trying to bounce off of Steve's
Oh, that's just a tree. So I thought that was like some mountainy biome or something, but I forgot that's just a big ass trees in the distance.
controller that you can completely customize and it's designed for
I need to go to a dungeon to get a saddle or something. I could make one,
side of the spectrum
but
is allow
and a backpack. That's something I've been trying to make.
and there's this guy
Backpack.
Joe Rivera said because my
Need one bit of string.
controller is the only controller that I can hold comfortably.
Where can I get some string?
I believe he has.
I have to find a natural cave. I think it's probably the best bet.
He says he doesn't know if he'll be able to even play this side of things. So that's a huge bummer. I'd love for PlayStation to, just do the exact same.
He horsey, you stay here.
With a controller that's more customized,
I'm gonna get you later.
has more options, focus on accessibility. And then
I'm gonna name you
I feel like there are a number of accessibility.
Gilbert.
Maybe not
Gilbert the horse.
board, but
All day.
console side. So rather than a game having to focus on
So
stuff,
I thought it was a sunflower.
Xbox or a PlayStation had, on
Don't you mad me, dumb sheep.
text to speech or
I've got Gilbert.
things like that. I don't know how.
I don't need no sheep.
It'd have to be. I mean, Google Lens does that thing where it can look at a picture and find the words. So maybe it could
This makes me feel like there's something underground.
monitoring the game output.
I don't know what that is.
Text, it can just read it out.
It's weird.
And just kind of other things like that. I don't have a lot of examples, but
Here we go.
there are things that could be done on a base level rather than having it to be up to each individual developer. If it was more like that, then
Oh goddamn.
that would be a lot.
Thought I would have a little bit more anyway in that.
Yeah, instead of trying to get hundreds of different people to follow these guidelines, if just the
Well, looks like it's kind of
then it would
nothing really here.
I
and
just
that's
want ray
something
tracing.
actually-
Right, there we go.
Right? I think it's
That's a cheaty sort of way to evade mine there. Does use up a lot of your pickaxe though.
or at least longer than previous generations.
Ooh, I do want some of this.
Talked about is at that point,
Here we go. Here we go. Now we're
um,
using our brain.
have subtitles.
What is this stuff? Scoria stone.
Have subtitles. And that's something. So accessibility has kind of been a much bigger push within the past 5 years. And I do agree with you. I think having the ability to be able to tap into the system options would be great for developers because it kind of takes a lot of load off of their development cycle. It can be tricky, at least currently. As an example, I do know the fact that the narrator function in
Laugh out loud.
Xbox system, in order for it to actually work,
You know how LOL stands for laugh out loud, O is for at, but at is with A.
System, just to get the narration work. It's like
I thought LOL was laugh out loud.
than the actual OS of Xbox.
I don't know, I might just be being what are they called, a zoomer here. Is that a zoomer or a boomer? Yeah, okay, boomer, yeah. I feel like I'm being a boomer here. I'm pretty sure LOL does stand for laugh out loud, does it not? LOL. I don't know. All these words are changing these days. It's hard to keep up with it. Back in my day, we used to use swag and YOLO. Fucking right.
Yeah, that sounds so obtuse the way it functions right now.
I really need some coal.
Alexa and Google Assistant and all those different things.
Come on, give me something.
Like, you can't do that offline. You ask them a
Very much could be, bro, but I'm not sure.
Same with Steve, I think you mentioned you use the captions,
Laugh out loud.
but you were mentioning something about captions.
Yeah, I would tend to think it's laugh out loud. It does make a little bit more sense. Could be anything, no, eh? Could be absolutely anything. Knowing people these days. Hey, laugh out loud.
I'm not running it locally on my computer. It's another server.
Yeah, I was just thinking it did sound a wee bit weird. Laugh out loud.
Something that it has to be online. I think that's better than.
Oh, this coffee is literally like drinking gold.
Yeah, it just seems like
Love
there's
it.
so many possible solutions.
Right, what was I gonna do there? Oh, I'm gonna need to dump my inventory.
Yeah, I know there are also, like, Gears 5 was very good for the hard of hearing community because it did such a good job of in-text describing absolutely everything that was happening. So,
Do
you know,
do
for the
do do
opposite
do.
who have trouble
Boom.
hearing cues from video games, that game detailed things so excessively
fuck
that,
is that?
It was, I think, at the time
What
awarded
is
the
that?
best game for the hard of
A
hearing.
carabuncle.
Again, just stuff like
What
this.
do you eat? Can I befriend you?
You need to have conversations like this on podcasts. You need to have people talk about them. So
Can I befriend you?
any
No.
developer who happens to come across
That was so cute.
probably should do that.
You got work.
Good idea, 'cause I don't
Like
think
work.
they're evil, they just don't think about it.
No, that's
No
exactly
worries,
it.
bro.
We're never.
Well, hopefully,
never think about that.
if
Studios and developers
if I stream later on, then I'll probably catch you there.
bother with it.
Oh god, that's the worst thing about these mods is having like to dump your inventory every time, which is why I was trying to find some string. Gotta remember that. Is there an easy way to make string? Like fuck.
Hawking, like that's a huge deal, and that's something that not a lot of games
Cotton.
do. There's a lot of a lot of subtitles and
Spider
pick up a lot of the
essence.
sort of the NPC environmental dialogue that we hear all the time in games. So the fact that
Oh, look at them. They're like following me. Ooh. Disco spider. This guy looks gnarly. Straighter.
Whatever it is that I said.
That's a good point. I do want to build a like nether portal. Goddamn.
Sorry, go ahead, John.
Well, Alana, I think.
How can I secure this? I need to secure this because I don't like the fact that the villagers can just come in.
Needs to spin the right story rather than trying to get clicks. Because back in May last year, when Sekiro came out, I think one of the big criticisms was the lack of accessibility features. But all the media, all the news sites spun it as, should Sekiro have easy mode? And it was like, no, that's not what we're talking about.
I think technically Inside Gaming poured into that, and then Steve Spawn had a conversation with whoever wrote that piece about it to be like, I don't think you understand. And like, I mean, I know you're a huge FromSoft fan, John, and that's a recurring conversation that keeps coming up. Is like, this isn't about a game being easier. It is It is just about people with disabilities being able to play these games. It's
Yeah,
not about
exactly.
an easy mode. Like, it's a completely different.
Right, how do I stop
It's
these
like
bloody
almost the way,
cunts from getting in my
intended it.
bed?
They're saying, well, then
Dude, my bed, not yours.
they know are intending that their games are not accessible to people with
My bed, fool.
100%.
Get out me bed.
Yeah, like in a way. Hold on.
Otherwise, I'm going to imprison you.
Yeah, this is just
You want
one of the
imprisoned?
spots in the industry.
Do you want
Yeah.
imprisoned?
But yes, I mean, in sometimes in games, like we in the disabled community, we get it. It's like, okay, if there's not accessibility options, then having a difficulty option kind of makes it a little bit less barrier, like less barriers to for us to be able to play. And to kind of give an example of what technically an easy mode would do for those who are disabled. So think of it this way, okay? You jump into a you jump into Sekiro, you want you love it because of the challenge. Like, you want to play it, that's kind of what they're designed for. Like, if everyone says, like, it's supposed to be hard. Okay, you get this, you have that challenge. Now try to be able to play that game blindfolded. Or try to be able to play that game with headphones on, or like with earmuffs on. Or try to be able to play that game with your one hand tied behind your back. It'd be a much like, larger challenge for you to be able to play that game at that point. And all an easy mode does, or at least adjustable difficulty options does, is just remove the earmuffs, remove the blindfold, and untie your hand so that we can still enjoy the same challenge that you do and the same level you have for playing those kind of games. It just now puts it at an equal playing field for those with disabilities.
That was a really interesting perspective when that conversation was coming out, because my first take was like, I don't know what the answer to this is, because I get it. If they make those games and they want them to be hard,
I need an iron
that's
bucket.
the direction they're going for. And then it might have even been you, Steve. I don't remember who I saw speak about it, but someone was like, we're not asking for the game to be easier. We are asking to experience the game the exact same way that you do. It is still going to be extremely challenging for us. You just don't opt into those things that you don't need, and you will also have the same challenge. And it was like, oh shit, that makes perfect sense. It's not making the game any easier. It's making it the same. Which, across the board, I'm in support of. It sounds awesome. Also a thing I want for next gen, Bloodborne 2. So those are mine.
Yep.
You get your accessibilities, get your Bloodborne 2s, get your ray tracing.
Yeah, and hopefully you'll be able to turn.
I am going to need to make a hole.
Bloodborne 2. Like, even as someone who has no, motion or motor skill issues. Ailments, yeah. Like, so many times, because the emotes are connected to the way you move the controller, like swing it around or whatever. But I would be sitting there completely still, and maybe I'd just kind of jerk from an attack. And in the middle of a fight, my character would raise his arm and give like a thumbs up. And it's like, no, God, like someone, who, suffers from involuntary movements or something like that. Like, Bloodborne was probably extremely frustrating.
Or very funny. Depends how you look
Yeah.
at it. Waving in the middle of fights all the time. Feature, not a bug. No, I totally agree. There's a lot of stuff like that. Until Dawn didn't have a great amount of accessibility options for that kind of thing either. And it is worth mentioning, we're not live today because of RTX. The podcast will go up usual time, which means that we are recording before the PlayStation conference.
Ooh, sorry.
It's potentially
Got this horrible feeling in my throat just then.
I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm going to ask you guys. This is going to be immediately outdated, so please say it with the most confidence possible. How much is the PlayStation 5 going to cost?
£540.
I'm gonna say
£440 or something. I think it's in the UK.
main PS5.
£449.99 for the console with the disc driver.
Discless version. I had to enunciate that specifically. I think will probably be. I'm guessing going to be $100 cheaper. So yeah, $399. I don't think it's going to be as cheap as you asked, because I don't think that they can go like Sony has.
John?
I think because of their past mistakes with the PS3 coming out for 600 and how poorly they went.
Fuck, PS3 came out for 600.
I agree with Steve. 500 for the main console, 400 for the discless.
That's not bad. It's in the UK. It's 350 for discless, 450 for the disc, which is crazy.
Potentially, I feel like John, you certainly know more about hardware than I do.
So
and
crazy.
You might too, I'm not sure. But I don't know that a disc drive is worth $100.
It's got Blu-ray and stuff in it, which is quite interesting, but
Is the discless
In terms
one,
of-
is it like the Xbox where it has kind of a scaled down?
Doesn't it? No, it is
I
solely
think it's the
disc.
same size. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Everything else is the same. So it's potential that they could do 450, 499, but I imagine they'd probably be willing to even take the loss on that and have it be 399 just to have a significantly cheaper option.
I
mean,
wonder
isn't
if
that
that
a
was
thing?
probably.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say I wonder if that's probably what they originally were going to price it at 450, but then maybe because of Xbox, they were like, you know what, screw it, we'll just take $100 off, $50 off more, and make it 399. Who knows?
Potentially, yeah. I guess we'll find out tomorrow and be super wrong or whatever. Can't wait.
Or maybe they're trying to push the discless one because I've made this point before. The only reason disc exists now is for collectors because it's basically just a DRM where you put the disc in and then you still have to download most of the game. So
that is true.
there is no
But I mean,
like.
there are still people playing without internet. That does still
But-
exist, or people with very bad internet connections. But you're
If
right that even
you-
bad internet connections don't matter anymore because you still have to download it.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. But isn't it even if it's say you get a game day one and you're not connected to the internet, you can't play that game with just the disc, can you? Like you need to download.
Devastatingly don't know anymore. I feel like I
Yeah.
should know this, but like I get codes now, and I was a diehard like must-have all discs physically person, and I had to separate myself from that because, frankly, it became unreasonable. Living in small apartments and moving in California, it's just carrying around cases of video games is a bad idea. I still have like a pretty solid collection. I've got PS3, 360, Wii U games like all chilling over there that I haven't touched in years. So what I've been doing now is instead, because I still feel anxious about not physically owning things, is I buy my Game of the Year physically every year on every platform. So I'm like, I still have it, yeah. It just makes me feel slightly better.
yeah, I
about
need to
it.
find some
I
string.
honestly don't know the answer to that, John, and it is super embarrassing that I don't know the answer to that.
So what I was
even Google
thinking
that.
was, you know, they did. I feel like when they announced all the discless stuff, being like,
Right,
"This is
white
the
wool.
future," and then everyone was like, "No!"
Leather.
So they kind of backpedaled.
Need
But
some
maybe a way
string.
to push the disc
String-a-ling-a-ling-ding.
is pricing that one at 500 and the disc one at 600. So a lot of people may just be like, well, I don't want to pay 600 just to have a disc drive. I'm gonna settle for the $500 one and just get the digital. I mean, that
Yeah.
may be, who knows, but I mean, if
Yeah.
it really is
Sales will speak a
just a
lot.
disc drive, it might be like a tactic.
I
So
think
then they
in
save
a
costs
way.
on production.
Yeah, and I think in a way, and I apologize. I know I keep bringing up like obviously the accessibility angle, and I swear I can talk
No,
more
go
about
for it.
other than just accessibility.
Hey.
But in a way, having like I know everyone wants to be able to push for sort of the all digital future, and I get that, and I understand that. And there are many games that I have and own digitally that I don't own physically. But the tricky part is, from an accessibility standpoint, buying at least a physical copy allows us to get some money back if we can't play the game, because the refund policies for a lot of Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo are kind of bad. Like, for example, I like to say Nintendo specifically, they don't offer refunds for digital purchases at all. And the reason for it, and this is on the FAQ page, is you need to take a look at the reviews and screenshots and videos provided online to see if you want to be able to play this game. And I'm like,
Please look at the marketing.
yeah,
Say.
like,
Yikes.
maybe not. So
That's not great. They
Yeah,
also
I-
don't do sales. Like, Nintendo is such a weird company in that we love them so much and love what they do so much, but they have so many trash policies. It's just, like, they have our hearts. They know they do, but then they're like, never gonna put our game on sale, you're gonna have to buy it $60, and then we're gonna make you pay another $60 for it, even though it's literally an emulator, which is the thing that I had a story about today, is, just as a short, because we totally won't get to it, the Super Mario 3D All-Stars has leaked onto the internet. All games are emulated. It's
Really?
not. Yes, which in theory means they can emulate everything, but also means that they aren't even necessarily actual ports. We're paying full price for the same thing. It's fascinating.
Great.
Yeah, I wonder if they're just like, you know what, we have these in the archives, people want it. Let's just slap a box on it and retail art and just say, okay, there you go, at like the
And I'm
least
doing
cost
it.
possible.
I'm doing it. I'm paying for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
You're absolutely right, and yeah, that is now how Nintendo get us. But before we jump into our next topic, which is more about PS5 actually, we need to have a word from our sponsor, Upstart. Ad read voice. You guys ready?
During these economically turbulent times, everyone is looking for a way to feel more financially secure.
Ew, what the
So,
fuck?
if you're still needlessly throwing money every month at high-interest credit card debt, it's time you checked out Upstart, the revolutionary online lending platform that knows you're more than just a credit score.
Ew, her voice, man, what the
Find out
fuck?
how low your Upstart rate can be.
That sounds
to help pay
disgusting.
off high-interest credit card debt.
I know that voice makes a lot of people uncomfortable. I find it
Ooh.
fun. What won't make you uncomfortable is Upstart, which can reward you based on your education and job history in the form of a smarter rate. You don't need a degree or a diploma to apply, though. It lets you skip going to the bank, which is awesome right now because it's completely online. And they offer loans from $1,000 to $50,000, which, of course, your loan amount will be determined based on your credit income and certain other information that is provided on your loan application. So you can consolidate your debt into one easy fixed rate payment, which is great news. Upstart also makes it just very fast and simple. Again, all online, very simple to use. But since it's just a soft pull, it won't affect your credit rating, which we love to hear. And the best part, if the loan is approved, most people get their funds the very next day, which is also very speedy. Over 400,000 people have used Upstart to pay off credit cards or meet their financial goals. Very exciting stuff.
See why Upstart has a 4.9
Oh, get lost to that voice, man. It's horrible.
To find out how low your Upstart rate can be, checking your rate only takes a few minutes. That's upstart.com/dude.
D-U-D-E, dude. Thank you to Upstart. All right. Got another story here. Just kind of wanted to see like how you guys feel about this. So there are potential PS5 stock issues. This is via Bloomberg. They said Sony Corp has cut its estimated PlayStation 5 production for this fiscal year by 4 million units down to 11 million following production issues with the custom-designed system on chip for the new console, according to people familiar with the matter. Pretty significant cut. It's like 26%, I said. I think total. The company has come up against manufacturing issues, such as production yields as low as 50% for its COC, which have cut into its ability to produce as many consoles as it wishes. Things have gradually been improving, but have yet to reach a stable level, they added. Sony shares erased gains and closed down 2.5% on Tuesday, their lowest level since July. So basically, about 50% of the chips for the system-on-chip system so have been failing. They've increased the yields, meaning not as many are failing now, but that is massive production costs that are just completely lost, which, you know, in theory, if you look at it from a business perspective, it means that every unit that does work costs more money to make via the ones that don't. And they are, I know, air shipping them as well, rather than shipping them by sea to try to get more of them out in the wild, which means this whole thing has become a lot more expensive to Sony than they expected. And of course, that means 11 million units of
I hear a witch.
12 months, in theory. A, do you guys think this means we should be concerned about dodgy chips with the PS5? This is a concern. You're gonna have another red
Is it a
ring
witch or is it a pig? I'm not really sure.
How many of those consoles they ship have, shipped before they realized everything was failing constantly?
It seems likely to me that there are maybe some issues, but
They'll most likely have, the fact that they're talking about it now, they'll have some sort of system for replacing it, but, you'll still have to ship back a newly purchased console to get it fixed, so that would be frustrating.
if it's a thing, yeah. And
Yeah.
then 11 million units. Is it enough? Sounds like a lot.
I have
How
no
many
idea.
did the Switch sell in its first year?
I don't think
And
it
it
sold
was a
that many in
lot.
the first year compared to. I think that the PlayStation 2 was still the highest, but that's because it was DVD phones. So like the
14
PS2 sales,
It sold
Was that
14 million the first year.
Oh, no way.
Switch.
Initial projection of 2 million, and within a year of release, achieved 14 million.
Wow, that is good. I didn't think it was
Yeah.
that many.
Well, is
So
the 11
And
million...
and that didn't even have any fucking games on it at launch. It had like nothing.
True.
Damn.
I don't think it's like, I don't think the PS5 is going to have that same of an impact as the Switch did, because I think took a lot of people by surprise. Same with a lot of things actually Nintendo has, even like Animal Crossing this year.
Yeah.
So I would be conservative to say that, okay, so 2 million kind of at launch, that's maybe a good spot to reach, and especially with the price point that it's at. I think Sony will be okay. I don't think there's as huge of a push for wanting to buy the PS5 on day one.
I think they'll sell out day one.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, like I think that pre-orders will be closed from the jump. I think we're gonna have probably similar to what the Switch had, right? Where they were back-ordered, I believe. Nintendo had to increase production significantly because they were selling out. Amazon was canceling people's pre-orders because they had sold too many. You're right that I don't know that the PS5 will be as popular as the Switch. I feel like that's so hard to guess, though. Like, it absolutely could be. Obviously, Sony's like such a huge brand in gaming, especially in 2020. They are the biggest, really.
I don't think the PS5 will be as successful as the Switch, because the Switch is mainly for all genders. PS5 is more stigma towards girls.
Those early pre-order links is probably, it's going to be really hard for you to go and get one in a store.
Fuck on my bed!
I don't think that's going to be easy to do.
And then plus also the biggest variable, good and bad, is...
Get on my fucking bed!
So,
Yeah.
Right. I imagine part of why they're air shipping them is like shipping slows down.
Get out of here, you can't.
Like it's supposed to be really expensive to ship things by air. Like that's why it's like, is the 2020 thing, are Sony just going to take a huge loss with all of these problems? Because if their stocks are already down 2.4%, like what do you do to adjust that? You know, like it's a real mess. Are you guys both going to try and get one on launch?
I'm not.
Okay.
Nah, probably not. Not at least day one. Unless Sony decides to send me one, which Sony, call me.
What up, Sony? I love you.
We would all love them, please.
I gave you free press and I sold some PS4s for The Last of Us, so come on, throw a black guy a bone. But I think probably at some point, I think definitely within the first, launch year, I'll definitely get one. But we'll see. I'm definitely not going to be lining up day one at my local EV Games here in Canada and buying one. I don't trust I don't trust the Amazon shipping pre-order. No, I want to go physically and know I have it in hand.
I get that.
Are either of y'all dissatisfied with the current gen consoles? I feel like when the One and the PS4 came out, I was like, oh, we're making a huge jump. But I don't feel that way this time. Like, I feel like I'd be okay just having a One and a PS4 for another few years.
Look, I think part of that comes from the fact that we have so few games announced across the board. We have not Playroom, the thing that Sony has that's basically the controller demo, Miles Morales and Ratchet & Clank, both of which are like the two that I'm the most excited about. And then on the Xbox side, we have Scorn, the medium's a launch title, and then Tetris multiplayer.
Technically,
If
Destiny.
I'm remembering correctly. Technically, Destiny counts. So it's that we have very few games and also don't know the games after this. So like, I just made a video on this yesterday. Xbox Magazine, very exciting to read through what they said in 2001. But apparently, when the original Xbox came out, we knew of 200 games in development for it.
Oh my god.
200!
Wow.
And now
Damn.
it's like, what, 8? Like, we just don't know anything, so it's a really weird place to be. But it's also that, with the way that, I think we're basically at a point where games are moving, to our perception, slower. Things are, where just literally what you're seeing is concerned. The things that are changing are things like loading screens. It's not necessarily, things that are immediately perceptible. That's why I keep talking about how cool I think Ratchet & Clank is, and that you have teleportation through worlds. It does seem like it's scripted now, rather than that you can do it on demand when the screen goes purple in those gameplay demos. That is completely, like, you are literally going to a different world without any loading screen other than that, which is a tiny animation. It's so fast. That kind of stuff is next gen, but most people are like, Okay, but whatever. But why doesn't it look like real life? And I just think it's sort of that we maybe need to reassess. It's probably their fault for marketing things that way too, honestly, is that they tried to make us buy into like, you know, this is the next generation of gaming. Things are gonna look better than ever before. This many flops, but then things kind of look similar and you get disappointed. I just don't know that it's necessarily possible.
Yeah.
We sort of need to lower our expectations.
I think in a way, like that was kind of their original.
Yeah.
The marketing was to be able to.
Ooh, there's no cat.
Lead up to okay, here's the hardware stuff, and then now we're gonna kind of talk about sort of the games and kind of what's going to be on.
Yeah, so I got myself a piquet.
I think, and I've also noticed this too, like even on the Xbox side.
Right, I need some more leather now. Let's go kill some cows.
Instead of, like, yes, they're promoting the consoles, but they're promoting sort of the services and the features that are going to be in it, not necessarily the games. I mean, of course, because.
Whoa, what is that?
To kind of,
How have I not seen this before? I've been over here many times.
I think that like.
There's a whole village over here.
Switch over, and Sony, we'll see. I guess kind of we're going to lie with their event tomorrow or today, whatever.
Oh, I have been over here, I guess. And
Yesterday, technically.
Yesterday, whatever. So we don't know specifically, but this week it could become moot. But yeah, I mean, I don't like to answer your question. I think probably the Xbox is probably the only one I would think to upgrade because I'm still running on a One S. I would love to be able to kind of get into that next gen. I'm kind of one of those. I'll jump a generation, but I think the games it's a little different. So I think I would love to be able to get a One X day one, and maybe wait for the
Series X.
Series X. Sorry.
It's
Yes.
so confusing.
Oh God.
They
The
haven't
Series
made it.
X. Hashtag power your dreams. There we go. Okay, let's go.
Another thing, are they going to come out with a Series XXSX, you know, in 2 or 3 years?
Well, here's the thing that, like, it's so annoying to talk about, and we're gonna flub it a million times, and I fault nobody. Like, I made a video where I said the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series X instead of S. It's so hard to do. But I actually ultimately don't think it's going to matter that much, or really all in terms of sales, when you think about the 3DS family, or the DS family in general, and how well it's sold with the DS and the DSi, the DS Lite, the 3DS, the new 3DS, and the new 3DS XL, and the 2DS, and the 2DS XL. Like, there are so many of those. New 3DS XL is a ridiculous name for a console, but it still sold really well.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
ultimately...
got ball one.
The fact it's like, I mean, you just gotta take a look at Apple. They have the multiple names for all their new iPads, iPhones, whatever, and it's like, okay, just give me whatever's the new thing. I just don't care. Just give it to me.
I sort of suspect that it's a marketing tactic that we are being manipulated to not think of something with a new number as a huge event, so that they can start iterating more freely, and people will be more inclined to buy something rather than thinking, oh, it's a 6 already? What the hell? And then they just diminish consoles, because I expect Xbox to start bringing out consoles every second year.
Where'd my other cat go?
That's just what I feel like is going to happen with the All Access program that was, well, announced a while ago, but is confirmed to be tied to the S and Series X. I think it's like $25 a month for a Series S subscription, and you'll pay off the console in 2 years, and you get Game Pass free for the first 12 months, I believe, so technically the value, you would save money in the long run. But anyway, to the earlier point, like, I just think that we're not going to see dramatic leaps in graphics this time around. It is more about lighting effects and hair effects and improved water simulation, things that will look really good but are a bit more subtle. So it's like sort of harder for them to market as well, because it's like, but look at the water, and we're like, well, I've seen water like that. I played whatever.
It's
I've played
water.
Sea of Thieves. Yeah, I think it's just a harder sell, but it does feel a bit weird. And I like the reason that I'm not super excited, outside of my own personal, generally always technical curiosity, is just we don't have enough games. Just it's one of the slimmest lineups ever. Sad.
What if tomorrow in the
Need more
PlayStation conference they go, guess what? 200 games!
Oh God! If we get like a God of War 2 coming, like announcement, and it's coming in 2 months, I'll be like,
That's what I'm
what the hell, Corey?
God of War 2 would be real nice. I don't know though. I have no idea what we're gonna get tomorrow. The only thing I'm anticipating right now is the price of release date. I mean, yesterday. No, we've already seen it. We've absolutely already seen it.
Yep, exactly.
Conference was good.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Before we wrap up the show, I have to do one more. Get one more word from our sponsor. This one is from Mint Mobile. Have you ever heard of Mint Mobile? No? You should.
Today we're gonna be podcasting, feeling a little loosey-goosey, fast and loose. Here today, you know how we do it. And some surprise guest reveals that are about to happen. But first, let me tell you what we're talking about on Dude Soup today. We are diving into the Xbox Series S leak confirmed by Microsoft. Talking about the price point, the details. We're also going to be talking about a bunch of Nintendo news, including the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity announcement and more. So check it out. We're starting Dude Soup right now.
Whew, that was a good intro, at least.
Was it? I don't know. It felt a little wooden. I looked at my document too much, maybe.
Most houses are made of wood.
Some wood is exciting.
Makes sense.
That-
Yeah, it's true.
Like
that
a good
is
willow,
Yeah. Oh, mahogany?
mahogany, or birch.
People love mahogany.
Okay, yeah. Now I know you guys are just playing with me. You say birch.
No,
John.
would we joke about
Birds out there.
arborism? Was it? What's trees?
Arbitrary. I don't know.
Trees are Mother
Arbitarians.
Welcome to
Leave it
Dude
at that.
Soup. We got a great panel here today. You know my boy John Smith.
What up with it?
What? What? Did you say?
What up with it? But my voice cracked because I'm very tired.
Same.
But I'm
same as our-
loosey-goosey.
We gotta keep it loosey-goosey because we're all very tired, but not. Ryan Haywood, you look fresh as a peach.
Oh, I'm so not that, but I can pretend it real good.
Well, thank you for joining us from Achievement Hunter. And the star himself. I love this man, Matt Bragg.
Thank
Hey,
you
Matt,
so
thanks
much.
for being here.
Hey, anytime. Glad to be here.
I don't know why I introduced you that way. I do like you a lot.
I mean, look, I'll take, after so much of Achievement Hunter, I needed that. Thank you.
Everyone's always like, Matt Bragg.
Hey, no,
He's the
we're
best.
lovely to you.
Ryan, you're lovelier than most.
I
Thank
saw
you.
Trevor the other day tweet, Matt Bragg is the best, and I favorited that tweet.
Oh.
I hit it with a like. 'Cause I
That
agree.
Trevor, he's a good beat. He's a good beat.
Not in John's eyes.
Really?
Me and
Oh?
Trevor have a sordid history.
Is there
Well,
some
I have
beef?
to hate you contractually now.
Well,
No,
I
that's not
can't.
true.
I
We
can't
can
remember
carry
any
that
of
beef.
it. I can't remember why, because it was so long ago. But I'm still stubborn.
Trevor
Hold
loses
on to
sleep
it.
over it, though. I bet.
Mhm.
I
So-
don't know what the problem is.
In
but
the distant past, one of you wronged the other, and you're not clear. Should we talk about this? Do we need to break some walls down? Do we need to open up the
I'm
lines
sure
of
it's
communication?
fine. Trevor knows what he did,
He knows what he did. He
and
knows
I'll
what
never
he said.
forgive him.
And
Well,
he
hold
kn-
on.
Yeah, he knows
You
where
don't.
he hid the stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I thought we'd kick off the show since it's a news-heavy show today. We kick it off with something a little more fun, loosey-goosey, which is a segment I usually save toward the end of the show. But we're bringing it up front just for y'all. It's one for now, one for later. It's where we talk about a game that we're playing right now, that we're into, and then another game that we're excited to play in the near future. It can be something new or what we've had in our backlog. I can go first, unless
Oh, wait.
anyone else.
Roll
what's
the
that?
theme song.
There is sadly no reason. But I would
Oh.
accept
What's this
submissions.
music I'm hearing in my head?
That's Trevor, man.
We
Gets in your mind.
talked about that. Ryan, that is a problem.
I would accept submissions for a little jingle for one for now, one for later.
Oh.
Absolutely, from the audience, if you want to send them. I don't know how I would receive them.
Can we get whoever did the Perfect Strangers theme to write it? Because I feel like that's really...
Yeah, I think they peaked with that.
Well, they can have
TV.
another peek with your jingle.
We could. I feel like you guys are just stalling now. Like you don't want to talk about the game.
No, I'm waiting for you.
Yeah,
Tell us the
Okay,
game.
okay.
You were like, I'm going to go
I've got so
first.
many.
You didn't tell us nothing.
So I have been playing through Hellblade, which I am really into, but the game that's sort of like really in my psyche right now, and I'm playing the final episode this week, because it's 3 episodes total, is Tell Me Why, the new Donut game that's been releasing, week to week for the last 3 weeks. And it's just, it's well written, well performed, tackles some heavy issues, but in a way that doesn't feel preachy or disingenuous, and it's just I don't know. I'm so absorbed in the story. Are any of you playing it or considering playing it?
I've literally never heard of it. What is it?
Oh wow, it is like Don't Nod, where it's a narrative kind of exploration puzzle adventure. You're uncovering a story. These I can't say much because I feel like I'll just give away elements that you'd be surprised to learn yourself. But if you like games like Life is Strange, you're probably gonna enjoy
You know,
Telltale.
I looked it up when you mentioned it because as I said, it didn't strike a single chord. It was as if you'd spoken to a baby, and the art on it looks very much like that other game that you just said. See, I told you I'm not really awake. I'm just making you up.
I have a question
I'm
about
too
the game.
loosey-goosey. Yeah.
John.
When we saw the trailer for it, because it was during one of those, one of the not E3 streams.
Yeah, like the Xbox reveal thing.
Did I say
Yeah.
I wasn't into it?
No.
Oh.
What happened was, I knew it was from the people who made Life is Strange because all of the characters in Tell Me Why look exactly like the characters from Life is Strange. There's a woman with a beanie. There's a guy and his brother or something. Like, I thought it was a sequel. I thought it was Life is Strange 3. Is that the case?
No.
I mean, does
it's
it
not.
visually, like, are they all the same characters?
No characters and no connections as far as I'm aware.
All
I'm
right.
impressed with
Why
this
don't you
I don't
release.
know if I believe you.
How many episodes? How many
Just three.
episodes is it?
Just
Okay,
three.
because they hammered it out.
Yeah.
27th to the 3rd and the 10th, it looks like. So.
Yeah, I kind of
came out
love
pretty
this
quick, yeah.
release cycle too. I'm way into it because every week I have a new little installment to wait for it. I hope someone does this again. I'm digging
Why
it.
go episodic with that short of a release schedule?
I don't know.
Just to
I
say
don't
you
know.
did? Yeah.
Maybe
It's
It might
it's
just make you
so
feel
that the
better.
first
it,
month
it
of
keeps
sales.
it relevant, right?
What's that? Was that Matt?
Well, it would keep it relevant, right? Like,
Mhm.
because I'll be honest, that's how a lot of games for me lately have been anyway, where I feel like I have to kind of play them in like a week increment. So might as well have it released that way, so people
Fair.
are talking about it. You
That's
know?
true. Yeah. Also, it's a Game Pass game. They've been pushing it pretty big on Game Pass, so it might be just like every week we're encouraging you to go to Game Pass. But yeah, and the game I'm excited to play in the near future is honestly like the Mario All-Stars collection that's coming.
Really? Okay.
Only because I'm a big Super Mario Sunshine fan, so I'm looking forward to just replaying it on my Switch.
Oh, you and I need to talk about that later. I'm in the same boat.
Maybe on like a podcast or something.
Well, you know what? Yeah, we can do it now. No, I love Sunshine. I'm so happy to actually see it like get a good new way to play it because it hasn't been re-released since the GameCube. It's like the first time it was released.
Yeah, and I feel like now everyone's creeping out of the woodwork being like, oh yeah, Super Mario Sunshine is a great game, and I'm like, where the fuck were you 15 years ago? You snake in the grass.
They were sitting there saying, I don't like all the goop. Mario shouldn't have to clean things.
No.
What, you mean the plumber shouldn't have to clean something up?
It's so
You've never done that
cathartic.
before. He also got like wrongfully imprisoned like seconds into the game.
Yeah.
That's true.
Does anyone else have something on deck for their one for now, one for later?
Oh, I
Sure.
do.
Oh, go for it. By all means.
I've been playing through Hollow Knight. I'm near the end, going for the good ending. Gotta get all that dream essence. I played it originally back in 2017 on the Switch, but it had just come out, and I was having issues where I was getting crazy frame drops during the boss fights, to the point where it would almost freeze, and then it would catch up, and then I'd be dead. So
Oh.
I had to drop it, and I was like, I'll wait for an update to come out, but then I just forgot about it. So I'm replaying it now, almost near the end, and I'm very much enjoying it. And one for later, Spelunky 2. Not much to say about that, because you know it's great.
Coming out soon.
Yep, later this month.
When looking up game releases this year, the thing I've learned to hate most is the Stadia. Because
Yeah.
they're always
Yeah.
listed, and you just see like a dozen titles in there, and they're all Stadia releases of
And
previous
it's like,
games.
didn't these come out already?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's because I start scanning the list. I'm like, Hitman. Oh shit, it's just the Stadia Hitman 1 and 2 again.
Just Stadia version.
Yeah.
That's my way I get for not reading the ends of words.
Those are noble picks, John.
Thank you.
Yeah, mine are way more boring. I've been playing. I've actually been playing the Horizon Zero Dawn collection that just came out on PC. And I think I'm like 66 hours into it at this point. A lot of that is probably I've probably left it on and walked away a few times. Actually, I know that I've left it on and walked away several times, so that number is meaningless. Let me retract the 66 hours. Though I never played it with all the DLC when it first came out, so this is my first playthrough doing the DLC. I did play the original story mission on PlayStation, but when it came out for the PC, I thought, oh, why not? I'll give it a run. And it's still fun. Still a lot of fun. God, I'm looking forward to it. I'm still just like eclipsed by thoughts of Cyberpunk Future. That's the kind of game I really like playing. So it's not a sexy answer because everybody's Cyberpunk, but you know.
It's an honest answer.
Yeah, I'll go with the granny panties answer. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm also like I should mention the Doom DLC.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
That is on the way, and I am into that. Matt,
Elise loves hell.
I'm not the first. Generally, it's not my taste, but I do really like the new Doom games, and Hell.
Hell's pretty cool.
Now, has 2020 made you maybe not want hell escapism as much anymore, or is it?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's prepared me.
You're like, wait a minute, this Doom version of hell is way more fun.
Yeah. I can jump more. Matt, do you have your one for now related?
I've got like 8 for now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've been really enjoying. I've been replaying Kingdom Hearts 2. Going back through all those pretty much recently, and 2 is probably the best one in that series, I think. And it's been really fun to replay it.
Did they just come to like Switch or something?
They released on the Xbox, like they're all on Game Pass right now.
That's okay. That's what I.
So
really,
yeah, the perfect time. Like the entire basic collection of every single game is on Game Pass right now. So if you're wanting to confuse yourself, check out every single Kingdom Hearts game just in time for the rhythm game that'll be coming out soon.
When I was in college, all of my roommates were they loved that game. They just went on and on about Kingdom Hearts. And I never played it until, I think, years later, I tried to pick one of them up and played for like half an hour and then kind of wandered off. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's very easy to do that.
I'm just not that invested in Disney characters either, so...
Yeah, that was my issue.
Well, it was such a weird thing where for a while it was like, yeah, this is pretty cool, like Disney characters and whatever. I'm playing with Jack Skellington, that's cool. And then it was like, yeah, this story is confusing as shit. Figure it out. And it's like, I want to figure it out. It doesn't make sense, but I still like it.
Yeah, when it first came out, I couldn't really understand how it got. I was really confused how Disney was okay with it.
Yeah.
Because of how convoluted it kind of was, or just
well,
kind of, you know.
Look, they heard about the Master of Masters, and they were like, we're sold. Go for it.
Don't know what that means.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Like four people got what I was putting down there.
I got a question, Matt.
Yo.
Do you know Kingdom Hearts 2 like the back of your hand, or is it more you were playing it and rediscovering it?
I beat it pretty thoroughly the first time, like one of those, it was the only game I had at the time that I hadn't like beat the crap out of, so I basically maxed out my character by sizing items and stuff like that, so I used to know it very well. Now not as much.
Just last night, I saw some of the GDQ boys, those speedrunners, doing a randomizer of Kingdom Hearts 2, where it's basically everything is randomized and you have to take a unique path, and I thought, that's pretty cool.
It's the Listerine, green jar, sick clean, jalapeno, Emma, thick queens, Mamma Mia, Ron's, jalapeno peppers, click mean, large brick scene, mirages ours, quick mean cars, strict dealer law, make you quota, check your clock, shock taqua, concoct a potion, blue line lotion, call it aqua, talk you on watch, sure ox, a lot, turicot, for the roll in extorter mode, new spot too hot, here you go ma, for you, boom, that's Coco Mango, she let her hang go, her man said yo no tango, bangle, shangle, no gangs is tranquil, blank grill, real shank, still bankroll, echo, F to the NR, two thieves, a bum in the car, but never had no beef, so alhamdulillah, it's all of Eddie Duty's top grillers, no Mercedes sign, bubble nuggets with the ruby, cop killer 89, on the line, on the third like Lupin, word is a barn, that's honor Don, Shukran, Afwan, Ram de Don, living sooner of the Prophet Muhammad, alayhi salam. Listerine, green jar, sick clean, jalapeno, Emma, thick queens, Mamma Mia, Ron's, jalapeno peppers, click mean, large brick scene, mirages ours, quick mean cars, strict dealer law, make you quota, check your clock, shock taqua, concoct a potion, blue line lotion, call it aqua, talk you on watch, sure ox, a lot, turicot, for the roll in extorter mode, new spot too hot, here you go ma, for you, boom, that's Coco Mango, she let her hang go, her man said yo no tango, bangle, shangle, no gangs is tranquil, blank grill, real shank, still bankroll, echo, F to the NR, two thieves, a bum in the car, but never had no beef, so alhamdulillah, it's all of Eddie Duty's top grillers, no Mercedes sign, bubble nuggets with the ruby, cop killer 89, on the line, on the third like Lupin, word is a barn, that's honor Don, Shukran, Afwan, Ram de Don, living sooner of the Prophet Muhammad, alayhi salam. Listerine, green jar, sick clean, jalapeno, Emma, thick queens, Mamma Mia, Ron's, jalapeno peppers, click mean, large brick scene, mirages ours, quick mean cars, strict dealer law, make you quota, check your clock, shock taqua, concoct a potion, blue line lotion, call it aqua, talk you on watch, sure ox, a lot, turicot, for the roll in extorter mode, new spot too hot, here you go ma, for you, boom, that's Coco Mango, she let her hang go, her man said yo no tango, bangle, shangle, no gangs is tranquil, blank grill, real shank, still bankroll, echo, F to the NR, two thieves, a bum in the car, but never had no beef, so alhamdulillah, it's all of Eddie Duty's top grillers, no Mercedes sign, bubble nuggets with the ruby, cop killer 89, on the line, on the third like Lupin, word is a barn, that's honor Don, Shukran, Afwan, Ram de Don, living sooner of the Prophet Muhammad, alayhi salam. Listerine, green jars, sick clean, jalapeno, Emma, thick queens, Mamma Mia rhymes, jalapeno peppers, click mean, large brick scene, mirages ours, quick mean cars, strict dealer law, make you quota, check your clock, shock taqua, concoct the potion, blue line lotion, call it aqua, talk you on watch, sure ox, a lot, turicot, for the road, in extorter mode, new spot too hot, here you go ma, for you, boom, that's Coco Mango, she let her hang her man said yo no tango, bangles, jangle, no gangs is tranquil, blank grill, real shank, still bankroll, echo, F to the N and R, two thieves, a bum in the car, but never had no beef, so alhamdulillah, it's all Eddie Duty's top grillers, no Mercedes sign, bubble nuggets with the ruby, cop killer 89, on the line, on the third like Lupon, word is a bond, that's honor Don, Shukran, Afwan, Ram de Don, living sooner of the Prophet Muhammad, alayhi salam. Listerine, green jars, sick clean, jalapeno, Emma, thick queens, Mamma Mia rhymes, jalapeno peppers, click mean, large brick scene, mirages ours, quick mean cars, strict dealer law, make you quota, check your clock, shock taqua, concoct the potion, blue line lotion, call it aqua, talk you on watch, sure ox, a lot, turicot, for the road, in extorter mode, new spot too hot, here you go ma, for you, boom, that's Coco Mango, she let her hang her man said yo no tango, bangles, jangle, no gangs is tranquil, blank grill, real shank, still bankroll, echo, F to the N and R, two thieves, a bum in the car, but never had no beef, so alhamdulillah, it's all Eddie Duty's top grillers, no Mercedes sign, bubble nuggets with the ruby, cop killer 89, on the line, on the third like Lupon, word is a bond, that's honor Don, Shukran, Afwan, Ram de Don, living sooner of the Prophet Muhammad, alayhi salam. Listerine, green jars, sick clean, jalapeno, Emma, thick queens, Mamma Mia rhymes, jalapeno peppers, click mean, large brick scene, mirages ours, quick mean cars, strict dealer law, make you quota, check your clock, shock taqua, concoct the potion, blue line lotion, call it aqua, talk you on watch, sure ox, a lot, turicot, for the road, in extorter mode, new spot too hot, here you go ma, for you, boom, that's Coco Mango, she let her hang her man said yo no tango, bangles, jangle, no gangs is tranquil, blank grill, real shank, still bankroll, echo, F to the N and R, two thieves, a bum in the car, but never had no beef, so alhamdulillah, it's all Eddie Duty's top grillers, no Mercedes sign, bubble nuggets with the ruby, cop killer 89, on the line, on the third like Lupon, word is a bond, that's honor Don, Shukran, Afwan, Ram de Don, living sooner of the Prophet Muhammad, alayhi salam. jaws, sick clean, jalapeno, Emma, thick queens, Mama Mia, Robs, jalapeno peppers, click mean, large brick scene, mirages ours, quick mean cars, strict Dina law, make you quota, check your clock, shock Takwa, concoct a potion, Blue Island lotion, call it aqua, talk you on watch, sure ox, a lot, Turagot, Fordham Road, in extorter mode, new spot too hot, here you go, ma, for you, boom, that's Coco Mango, she let her hang go, her man said, yo, no tango, bangles, jangle, no gangs, tranquil, blank grill, real shank, still bankroll, echo, F to the N and R, two thieves, a bum in the car, but never had no beef, so alhamdulillah, inshallah, Eddie Duty's top grillers, no Mercedes sign, bubble nuggets with the ruby, cop killer 89, on the line, on the third, like Lupon, word is a barn, that's honor Don, Shukran, Afwan, Ram Dear Don, living sooner of the Prophet Muhammad, alayhi salam.
Yo, yo, yo.
Oh, I haven't played Kingdom Hearts.
I've done that with a bunch of Zelda games so far, just because the randomizer stuff is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
I've never dared to do that with Kingdom Hearts. I don't know that well enough yet.
It will make a confusing game almost incomprehensible.
Okay, I don't know. That's taking the plot and throwing it away and just being like, game, enjoy game.
Maybe if you experience it out of order, it will make sense. It's like Memento.
I always thought Goofy had the look of a serial killer.
Well, that much is confirmed, like in the first game, right?
What's your?
Here's what I'm looking forward to: new Crash Bandicoot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that game looks pretty cool.
It's soon, right?
Yeah, I think October 1st.
Beginning of October.
Or no, September. Oh, there's a demo available September 16th. Sorry, I'm got the Xbox store up here. Yeah, it looks like October 1st.
Yeah, I think
wow.
it's like
I didn't even know this was coming.
Yeah, no, it looks kind of interesting because there's like new powers and stuff, which is a crazy thing to come into Crash, you know?
Yeah, take everything you thought you knew about Crash. Just forget it.
Done.
Well, I think those are all really, really great picks. And we'll get to what Matt hinted at, which was our mutual love of Super Mario Sunshine. First, we're going to talk about the Xbox Series S leak that became a beautiful reality. But first, we're going to hear from one of our sponsors.
We're all settling into this new normal version of summer, and Bespoke Post is here with customized Box of Awesome collections for us to guarantee an upgrade to our lives. James and I got a really cool Box of Awesome with a Zwilling knife in it, and it's come in really handy because we've been cooking so much at home and not going out to eat, and it's probably the best knife we've ever owned. So that is indeed a Box of Awesome. Bespoke Post does this all the time. They send the best stuff every month, no matter what you're into. Box of Awesome has you covered. From style and grooming goods to barware, cooking tools, and outdoor gear, Box of Awesome has carefully built collections for every part of your life. And I mean it, there's a collection where it's just a really, really nice travel bag. There's shaving collections, or if you want to make a really cool cocktail, you can get a custom, decanter set. Like it's really, really neat and curated, and there's a lot of thought and intent put into these boxes. And you can be part of it too if you go take the quiz at boxofawesome.com, and your answers will help them pick the right Box of Awesome for you, because new boxes release every month across a ton of different categories, so this helps narrow it down. It's free to sign up, and you can skip a month or cancel anytime. Each box costs only $45 and has over $70 worth of gear inside, so subscribe to save, basically. And now you can get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code DUDE at checkout. That's
Bossum.
boxofawesome.com, code DUDE for 20% off your first box. I hope you'll try it out and let me know what you get and what you enjoy.
Thank you, sponsor. Welcome back, everyone. We are on the edge of greatness here. It's been a year where we've been kept in the dark as to what we can expect in terms of pricing, sometimes even just release dates for these next-gen consoles. But now we have some information thanks to one intrepid individual who thought they would ruin years and months of work by leaking this information. It sucks because I'm excited for this information, but I wish it hadn't leaked because I think it's a bit of a disappointment to a lot of people involved. But it did leak, and now we know the official name of Project Lockhart is the Xbox Series S, and it's the less powerful and smaller sibling to the Xbox Series X. It happened kind of last night. We're recording this podcast on September 8th, so it happened in the wee hours of the morning. And first we just saw some promotional images that had the price point, which was $299, but it's since been confirmed by Microsoft who released an official trailer. They kind of went with the leak and they said, okay, let's just go with it. I'm sure they had something bigger planned, but now they're just going with it. So they put out their trailer and they confirmed it's all digital, no disk drive, and it's expected to run at 1440p up to 120 frames per second. Have ray tracing, variable rate shading, a variable refresh rate. The rumor is that it's reportedly a 4 teraflop machine compared to the Xbox Series X 12 teraflop machine. So that's a big difference.
A lot of flops.
Oh, it's at least 3 more flops. But the question for this console is it's definitely the econo choice if you can't drop $499 on the Xbox Series X. But even at $299, is it still worth it? Is it still enough of a step up from the current Xbox One model to justify it?
I had a thought. So, back in the day, so like 2010, we were making the jump from 720p to 1080p, and very foolishly I was like, 720p is pretty great, but now I understand how foolish that is. But I am getting the same feelings about this because, the difference, the jump from like PS1 to PS2, where we went from 30 character having 32 polygons to having 64 or whatever. Like, wow, the fidelity. Whereas now it's a character going from like thousands of polygons to thousands more polygons. I feel like I will be satisfied with the S. First of all, I don't have a 4K TV, and my TV only does 60 frames, so I'm fairly certain. And like with disc-based games, isn't it just a DRM thing? Like you put the disc in, and then you still have to basically download the entire game onto your hard drive. So the point of discs is literally just for collectors. Like it serves no actual functionality when it comes to gameplay. So I don't need that.
But would you even consider buying the Xbox Series S if you have an Xbox One now?
Only when they stop offering the game, because isn't it for the first year? Yeah, all of the games are going to be available on the previous generation as well.
Well, that's kind of weird thing, because it's not that much stronger than the X, right?
No, I was just looking that up because I was curious. So, and again, these are quickie numbers that I like top result as I search. So, the Xbox One is like south of 2 teraflops. The Xbox One X is 6, and then the Xbox Series S is 4. So it's actually a step back from the X. Again, I'm trying to find a better data point for this, but
I think the Series S could do a higher frame rate, right? The one.
But teraflops isn't also necessarily mean.
It's not the one.
In terms
it's not the one variable.
Yeah. That feels like a term that no one really knows what it means, but they're just like, that's a higher number. That's more flops.
It means more flops.
Sounds good.
Flippity floppity.
Good.
Give me the zoppity. You know?
Every time there's like, I don't know, ragdolling in a game, like, oh, those are the flops. I see it now.
No, those are that's literally bodies flopping around, Matt.
Yeah, but it would have flopped 12 times instead of 4 if it was on Series X.
There's another really weird flex in that release, which is with Xbox Series S, the 1440p is kind of a big selling point for it. I don't think most TVs can do that. They're not designed for 1440. Most of even your 4K TV does like 4K or it does 1080.
Yeah.
To actually be able to support that resolution of 1440. It's not a question I ever had before this announcement. And as I'm looking it up, no one seems to know.
Yeah, are they just expecting people to have them hooked up to their monitor, like their computer monitors, maybe?
Sounds like it, yeah.
I mean,
Let me tell you, Ryan.
Oh, dude.
I went to Best Buy and I said, I'm going to buy myself a 4K TV. And I went there and I bought a TV. And then I came home and I learned that I had not read it well enough. And it's actually just a 1440p television.
Hey, so you got one.
Mistakenly,
you're the one.
I am
You're the one.
now, like, it's like, oh, 1440p. Yeah.
Your eyes are lit up.
Yeah.
Yo, sorry, I'm not talking too much. I'm just
I searched for 1440p TV.
just playing just now, listening to this podcast.
I searched for 1440p TV. The top people ask was, are there 1440p TVs? And the answer is, no one makes 1440p content, thus no use for a TV. That's the top response. So I don't
got
even
it
know
in
what
like
you
the 3-month window.
you are the target audience.
Yeah.
And no one else.
I don't know. Do
in
4K
theory,
TVs, can't they just support it? Like, why?
Yeah, why
If
would
they do
not?
1080 and 4K, I feel like they would just naturally
theory, yeah.
support it.
in theory, yes. I mean, it's just a question of whether the firmware is set up to accept that resolution natively.
In my opinion, this console is a gateway for someone that didn't buy an Xbox One.
Yeah,
And
Xbox
maybe-
One X, probably.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right. No.
Yeah, like if they were like, I was not an Xbox, I was not bought in for the last generation. I'm still maybe skeptical or not bought into the Xbox ecosystem for this generation, but I can put $2.99 down.
And get access to all the Game Pass, all the exclusives from the previous generation.
Yeah. That's actually something I never thought about, which is, you know, with Game Pass, it's like, what's the use of it? But for people that are just joining, that don't have any games in their library, then the Game Pass totally makes sense. Because it unlocks this huge library.
Well,
it's like, oh. Huh.
Both
Right from the
Hellblade.
start.
No, sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
No, well, I was gonna say, like, Hellblade is their first party, right? For Microsoft?
Yes, right? They bought them?
Yeah, because I believe they did. I might be wrong on that, but every like Microsoft published game, that's right there. You've got a really strong library of games that have a lot of like characters.
I did enjoy just the outrage that no announcement these days comes without outrage, and the outrage around we're forcing developers to support older hardware, and it's going to handicap all of our modern games, which, as someone that plays a lot of PC games, is wild to me because PC games have done that forever. They had to support an insanely wide range of hardware options from potato to supercomputer.
And see, that right there, Ryan, was why I never really got into PC until recently, was because I never had anything more than the potato. So while I could still play the games, all my friends were like, look, it looks better at my house. Let's go over there. I'm like, I have a cow.
I was just gonna say, like, if there's some skepticism to Game Pass, I at least can say from a personal experience, the two games that I mentioned that I'm playing now, Hellblade being an older title, and then Tell Me Why releasing right now, are both available via Game Pass. So I was kind of made in the shade for both, and it wasn't even that I specifically was on Game Pass and was like browsing. I just made a conscious decision to just buy Hellblade, and then coincidentally saw it was on Game Pass. So like, it's a pretty neat little service, and I think if you're getting into the Xbox ecosystem, man, it's a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great titles on there. You got the whole Master Chief Collection. Outer Worlds is on there, so you got a solid RPG. You've got Microsoft Flight Simulator, State of Decay, the Gears of War series, Halo Wars. I mean,
Banjo-Kazooie.
Right there. Yep. Sea of Thieves. There's just all kinds of stuff.
And
but I
all
mean,
the Kingdom Hearts.
PlayStation's got a rival service that's got a pretty good games list. Maybe not as first party heavy. What do they got? Let's take a look. PlayStation Game Pass.
Something that came with this announcement was that November 10th will be the confirmed release date for the Xbox Series S. Do you think that the Series X will launch same day?
I feel like it would have to, right?
No. I don't think it has to.
All I want is for it to be out before Assassin's Creed, so I can play it with that. That's the main thing. My main want.
I see. My first instinct was that they would arrive the same day, but then I don't know. I don't know if it's the kind of thing where like Microsoft does an initial push with the Series S, then drops the X, and then if you can't get your hands on an X, maybe you go back and pick up the item. Can't really call it. I feel like they'll come.
Yeah.
If it's supposed to be you're getting a big push for the holiday season, how close to the actual holiday can you release it for it to be successful? Like November 10th seems like a good, but like early November, so that people have 2 months. Seems like I feel like November. Well, my mom buys most Christmas gifts in August, but I'd say probably for most people it's November, December is when they're buying stuff. So,
I mean, ideally, I'm sure what they would hope would happen would be they blow through all their initial stock very quickly and have time for a refresh before they actually hit Christmas. Now, last major console release for Microsoft did not go that way, so that may be a ballsy thought.
No, but I mean, you still kind of got to prepare for that in case it happens, right?
Well, no, look, Nintendo didn't. They'll stock 3 consoles at a time for an entire city.
Nintendo is like the SpongeBob of making a console.
What does that
where
mean?
you seen that episode where it's him and King Triton or Poseidon or whatever, and Poseidon's making 1 billion burgers? That's Sony and Microsoft. That's what they're doing. Nintendo's over here making 1 burger with love and care, and that's it. That's how it works. That's why there's 3 Switches.
But then your kids cry because Santa didn't bring them the burger for Christmas.
Yeah, but that one kid that gets the burger is happy.
Then he gets a handcrafted Nintendo Switch with bad Joy-Cons.
All right, look, not all the burgers good. Sometimes you want new pickles.
I'm gonna drop a bomb here and say I don't think I've ever seen a full episode of SpongeBob. I said that while Matt was drinking, so he would do a spit take.
I'm sorry.
He's too dead inside for a spit take.
Fiona would back me up. That's insane. But we'll go.
I was like at a weird age where I was like a little too old to be into it, but then not old enough to be into it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. No, I get it. I think I was at like that age of I was just coming in on the cusp, and then by the time I got older, it was still cool to be into it because it was like, oh yeah, I remember SpongeBob.
Well, these are all good thoughts. I'm excited. I know that probably by the time this episode goes up, we'll maybe even get the announcement of a Microsoft event, or maybe one will be happening on Thursday when this episode goes up. I saw a bunch of an inkling on Twitter that Sony is now saying they might do some kind of event tomorrow, like some surprise event, or so.
Yeah.
We'll
Supposedly pre-orders may go up tomorrow.
Yes, I saw that too.
Like it's out there now, right? Like they've kind of got to act.
Yeah.
Well, and that always leads you down one of those like conspiracy theory wormholes. Did Microsoft find out that Sony was going to do this event tomorrow, and they're like, we got to leak something first and get that out there, or is it just like really happy circumstance that this happened the day before their event?
Yeah.
Or what if Sony infiltrated Microsoft and leaked the price?
Through the vents.
No.
We may never know. Well, we're going to talk about a solid announcement that did happen today, but first, a word from another of our sponsors. When's the last time that you remember that you got rewarded for brushing your teeth? Probably never, at least not in your adult life, correct? I would say so, same for me. But with Quip's new smart electric toothbrush, good habits can earn you great perks like free products, gift cards, and more. Not just, a good job from the old mom or pops. Am I right? You've probably heard us talk about Quip a million times, because we have, but now we have something brand new to tell you about. It rewards you and your mouth. It's the Quip Smart Brush for adults and kids, and it connects to the Quip app with Bluetooth. So it's a high-tech toothbrush. It tracks when and how you brush, and gives you tips and coaching to improve your habits. You earn points for daily brushing and bonus points for completing challenges like streaks, and redeem these points for rewards like free products, gift cards, and discounts from Quip and partners. It's kind of like a video game for brushing your teeth. If you already have a Quip, you can upgrade it with a smart motor and keep the features you know and love. So that's sensitive sonic vibrations, the 2-minute timer with 30-second pulses for a guided clean, or just the slim, lightweight and sleek design with no wires or bulky charger to weigh you down. There's also a multi-use travel cover that doubles as a mirror mount for less clutter. I love the fact that I have this little cover that I can put over my toothbrush so there isn't gross stuff landing on it, which I have lots of gross stuff hovering around me at all times, so I definitely need that covered. Beyond the brush, Quip has everything you need to build a complete routine, including mint or watermelon toothpaste with anti-cavity ingredients for strong, healthy teeth. And it's eco-friendly solar battery charger to power your Quip with sunshine. I like that. Plus, you can get your brush head toothpaste and floss refills delivered from $5 and shipping is free. How smart is that? That's a smart toothbrush. So, right now, you can join over 5 million mouths who use Quip and start getting rewards for brushing your teeth today by going to getquip.com/dude right now to get your first refill free. That's your first refill free at getquip.com/dude. GETQUIP.com/dude. It's Quip, better oral health made simple and rewarding. Thank you, Quip.
Thank you again to our sponsor. And yeah, I woke up this morning and was very pleasantly surprised. The first thing I did was open my eyes and I looked at my phone and I saw a news notification for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. And I was like, ooh, what is this? And it's kind of the kind of thing where like you have a whirlwind of emotions because you're like, Legend of Zelda, and then you go Hyrule Warriors, and you're, it's a roller coaster. Not to diminish Hyrule Warriors, because I think the first game was solid. It just wasn't like the mainline Zelda game I think we were all excited for. But this one I'm actually more into by the looks of it.
I had that same range of emotions where I was like, oh man, Legend of Zelda. Oh, it's Hyrule Warriors. And then I stopped and was like, you spent like 2,000 hours playing that game. Shut up, be happy.
I like when you tell yourself, shut up, nerd, you're a nerd.
I have a question.
John.
Hyrule Warriors, what kind of game is it? Because I saw it being compared to Dynasty Warriors. I only played Dynasty Warriors 4 when I was in 7th grade. So, is that comparable? Like, what do you do in it?
Go ahead.
It's just like, it's just like combat. And like some environmental puzzle stuff, but Matt.
Yeah, this one's a little different. It basically is Dynasty Warriors, but instead of like only that, there's also some Zelda elements built in, where it's like, yeah, I gotta solve this puzzle using the bombs or something like that.
And then you go fight an army of people by yourself.
Yes, other people from Zelda are there too. They're
Can I play
part of the army, but they're not nearly as good as you. In the regular one, yes, I would assume, because this takes place 100 years before Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
right?
it promises a robust story that's going to kind of give us some insight into what happened during that era of calamity, as they call it, where the great calamity of Calamity Ganon. How many times can Nintendo say calamity?
They really latched onto that word for this one.
They did, and I kind of love it. But yeah, it's set 100 years before the events of Breath of the Wild, and it seems like we're going to either see or get to play as some of the characters that appear in Breath of the Wild too.
So this is a direct prequel to Breath of the Wild?
I guess so.
It seemed like it. That was the most intriguing part to me, is that it seems like it's canon prequel. Like they're using the same aesthetic and everything, even like it was the kind of cel-shaded Breath of the Wild. And it I think it's
Okay.
just all the stuff that we heard about, throughout the game about what happened 100 years ago. We're actually going to explore it like Clone Wars.
Which that's awesome for me because I'm someone who I like the Zelda timeline just because I enjoy trying to piece it together and figure out where it's supposed to go. And having 100 years of history basically thrown at me, I love it. It's awesome.
I also like it because I like I like when a prequel predates something where that shit's gonna hit the fan and just go completely wrong. So it's what I really liked about Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. Is like, where this is going. It's like, entirely a wiping out of a creature. But I kind of like that we're gonna see it's gonna have I imagine a kind of bleak story end to set us up for Breath of the Wild.
I mean, if it's following the.
Good. No, you go.
Well, I was going to say, if it's following the history of the characters that we meet in ghost form in Breath of the Wild, sort of a giveaway.
Well, it looks like you get to play as all of them, right? Like every one of the champions, and they're also restocking the champion amiibos, like on that day. So maybe there's some functionality with that. I don't know.
It does look like this one is going to maybe be a little more nuanced than the first Hyrule Warriors. Like, seeing mention of like I don't remember there being crafting in that game. Like, there
Craft a lot of dead bodies.
Yeah.
There was like kind of crafting with your upgrades. It was like you had to get rupees and also materials from different stuff. And that would upgrade your characters, but that's very loose and crafty.
Do you think that this could have anything like the cooking elements in it? Probably not. Is that too much?
Cooking Mama?
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, you could make another cooking show.
I could. I've been wanting to make another cooking one. I mean, I don't know. That was such a big part of that game, and they do try to, like with the original Hyrule Warriors, they brought a lot of Zelda elements. And if they're picking one game specifically, they might. I wouldn't say no.
That you have it here. Matt would not say no.
I would not say no. I would cook in that game too. I don't care. I'll cook anywhere.
I'm kind of into this one. Being honest.
I'll definitely check it out.
It looks good.
Another announcement from Nintendo was the Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. Just coming October 16th, the augmented reality game that turns your home into a racetrack and uses RC cars. Yeah, so you buy for $99, you can buy either a Mario or Luigi set, which has an RC car in it, and then you have this physical car and you build a virtual racetrack in your house that then you see in the game.
At first, I thought it was like a scanned-in environment until I saw the physical car. Yeah, it's just got a camera mounted on it, and it drives through your home.
Wow.
So you just bought $99 worth of taunt your dog till he eats it.
This is really, really interesting because I feel like previously augmented reality was all about mounting it on the user, like, from your phone to like a headpiece that projects to HUD, where this is taking it the other way, where it's a device completely separate from you that you just monitor with a camera. Like, it almost seems like this is something that could be transferred over to drones. with all the drone racing that occurs, you could release a drone with this kind of same thing where you could have a digital race course. This is actually really interesting on a technological level. I feel like it's something that hasn't really been done, or that I'm not sure, I'm not aware has been done. It's very cool.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
They kind of Nintendo's experiments with things like this all the time, like that game where you had the spaceship where you had to physically add pieces to it and it was reflected in the game. This to me is just a weird wild west of, well, one, is there any competitive nature to it? Can you play against your friends who aren't in your house? And if so, you're now showing people who aren't in your house the inside of your house. Where there's going to be a lot of Uno dicks floating around on those Mario Karts.
what if, Ryan, you could upload your house? Like, your house
Don't
is
wanna.
a hard track. Yeah, I know.
Here are all the locks.
Also,
Here's the back
there's-
door, easy access.
So you can play with it in the first person. We demoed that in the thing as well. So if you got Mario and Luigi, you know, you shelled out $200 for the set now. And the cars physically stop when you interact with power-ups. So is the speed of the car relevant to the speed in the game? If I overvolted my car, could I cheat by physically modifying my cart?
Or if your car has an issue with it,
Yeah.
you know,
If your batteries are running low?
Yeah.
it has to, right?
That's a thought. Yeah, I don't know.
I have to say, like, I'm not that into this.
It's a cool wee village.
It's cool, but for me, the big appeal of Mario Kart is the fantastic worlds and races that where the races exist, and I'm like, I mean, that's what I'm into. You know,
But haven't you always wanted to race in the same place that you walk every day?
Well, it's also the kind of thing that is shitty. It's like, oh man, do you have carpet? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Well,
No, that's the sand track, Matt.
You're right. It's all off-road. That's it.
What I like about this, even if it's something that, like, I'm not part of the demographic of, Nintendo has a long history, I think, like Ryan said, of, you know, experimenting. And one thing that they do specifically is they take kind of dated technology and use it in a unique way. Like, the Game Boy was, you know, the calculator screens that had existed for a decade already. And, like, with the... I think even the Wii, the motion control stuff had existed for a long time and no one really used it well. And same with, you know, the stylus and the Wii U, even though that, you know, that flopped. And IR sensors in Labo, like, they're not always wins, but they really do try to take old technology and figure out a way to maximize its potential. So this is really interesting. Who knows if it'll be cool or not, but it is commendable, I think.
No, and I agree. I mean, like, I'll get it. I imagine it'll be a situation where I'm like, yeah, this is really cool, and it will go in the closet, and I'll see you in like 6 years, and I'll be like, oh man, I did get that, and that'll be it. Like, it's the same with the Labo. But I definitely look at it and say, like, that's a really innovative idea, and you know, it could go great. And in the future, we could all be racing each other in our own home. But probably not.
Yeah, I feel like it's interesting that it's coming out at a time when we are all so tired of being stuck in our homes. So I'm like, I'm not like, yeah, let's embrace it. I'm loving it.
Well, but at least you could take it outside too.
That's true.
Get your
Oh,
outdoor
really?
TV, and then
You mess up
make
your
your yard the track.
Well,
Bring my 1440p TV to the park. And
You have 1440p too?
I do.
there's some real upside to this, though, that I think we in Achievement Hunter will appreciate, and that is when Matt invariably kicks everybody's ass, we can just physically kick his car out the door.
Car and break it. Now, like, Elise, you're saying that the big appeal for you is like the incredibly like beautiful tracks and stuff like that, and I completely agree. But what if we did make a track that looked really cool and real?
I guess like I don't know how the sensors work, but could kids
Yeah, I don't either.
theoretically
But maybe-
like design put stuff down in their living room, like a mat or something?
Yeah.
Oh, like Toy Story.
Just like
Kind of, yeah.
Will it, if you put a ramp in, what happens?
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
that's
pretty sure
actually...
I know the answer is the car goes thick.
There are those people that, you know, mount a GoPro to a Hot Wheels or whatever and build crazy courses in their backyard. Maybe that will be something that people do here. They actually, like, take, you know, although I did predict that Labo, like, engineering students and stuff would, you know, take to the skies of everything they could do in Labo, and that didn't happen. But maybe, you know, people will kind of, like, try to make unique little courses. I don't know. That could be interesting.
Well, and have they announced whether there's any sharing built into it? Can you actually show that track to anyone, or is it just for you? Because I honestly just would be surprised if you could share it, because that's a lot of image data they'd have to upload. You may have to physically invite people into your home to show them that cool track.
Yeah, it looks like you can play with up to 4 players in local multiplayer mode.
Would that like connect to the? That's the weird thing is like, would that connect to the cars as well, or
can you only play
it might
local
be connected.
and can you only play physical tracks? So if you want to play like a different map, is there a digital version that you can play, or do you have to every time reconfigure your house to go to a different map?
That I don't know. It says players play skates to create a custom course layout in their home, where the only limit is their imagination. But it sounds like the only limit is the gates.
Let's move the couch.
I'm just saying, if I was like 20 years younger, I would be losing my fucking mind. Oh my god, the whole living room every Saturday. I'm gonna destroy the living room. I don't care.
Yeah, to have a much more jaded perspective to John's like innovation perspective. My thinking is Nintendo's really good at adding a toy to a toy.
Yeah,
you know,
they are.
They're
definitely good at that.
The amiibo and then this, it's like, oh yeah, and whatever cut they were getting from Skylanders, you know.
I don't think that was all of them.
That's
and then
third party.
They made amiibo like right after that.
Yeah.
So they were like, yeah, we got this.
Elise, I think you made a good point that they say the only limit is your imagination, but really the only limit is the apartment or house that you live in. Because like my brother and his family just sold their house and they're moving into a boat to like sail around the world. So my nephews will not be able to experience this unless the cars can drive on sand.
Or a deck.
Yeah, or a deck.
Or the boat. Yeah. That could be actually really cool. You have an ever-changing background.
Or just mount little floaties on them and let them go around in the water.
Oh, that's the answer right there.
Like, if you live in a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment, like, how much space are you going to have? If your parents are hoarders...
Honestly, if your parents are hoarders, then every box is a wonderland of creativity.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
We're going to get to what our listeners and viewers have been waiting for, which is the Matt and Elise Super Mario 3D All-Stars Showdown. But first, a word from our sponsor.
So I'm now joined by a special guest, professional 3D modeler himself, James Willems.
You know, I wasn't always a professional 3D modeler.
I guess you still aren't at all, but you're learning, which is great.
I'm learning. I'm way closer to being a professional 3D modeler than I was only a few short weeks ago, and because I went back to school at Full Sail.
Yep, we competed in a digital sculpting competition against Rooster Teeth's Blaine and Chris. Don't know if it was much of a competition, if I'm being honest.
Well, you gotta tune in to find out. I was, you know, every single week I felt like I was learning more and more, and you know for a fact that I was spending some time on the weekends really getting into it.
You have been working really hard. You were working really hard on it, and I'm genuinely proud of you for what you put into it. Say it back to me.
I'm genuinely proud of me for what I put into it.
I think at first I had a few hiccups just with the program, trying to get affiliated, familiar with it. But then I really do now feel as if I'm enjoying the modeling aspect.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think a big thing is you're just sitting there in front of the program, and you're like, where do I even begin? But that's why I think it was really important that we had those lessons. With our teachers' assistants and our mentors, who, like, basically I would have a list of questions, and then I would go, and then I would ask Shania this, and she'd give me an answer, and then additional information.
Yeah. Because we're only getting a sliver and a sample of what it's actually like to be enrolled in a program at Full Sail and be learning 3D animation through their pipeline, you know, in their computer animation and bachelor's degree programs. Because Shania, like, she's super talented. I don't know if you've seen her stuff, but, like, she's actually someone that you could see working in live action films or doing animated films or special effects. Her stuff is next level.
But she was also really good. I mean, if it's an indicator of the kind of program that you'd be in at Full Sail, she was really good about understanding that I don't have those skills.
No, she was...
like, I'm not even a good artist. So, like, when I'm like, I don't know how a nose looks, she's really good at explaining just in technical terms, even if you're not a good artist, here's how you can learn to make a make it the right way.
It's funny because just from working with her, I feel like we got a little glimpse of like, here's a skill that you could have.
Oh yeah,
and I
for sure.
I kind of did drink the Kool-Aid where I was like, maybe I could get better at this.
I don't know how we'd use it. I don't know any way we'd use it other than to make cool time-lapse modeling videos.
Yeah, if you're actually interested in learning to model, you can apply through Full Sail and take a degree class offered online and on campus.
Yeah, it's an accelerated format too. So like,
and do hands-on projects and
Yeah.
actually get industry experience.
and you're focusing on a very specific trade, which I think is important. You know, you're learning a specific skill, and it's gonna just hone that skill like scalp sharp.
Yeah, because a lot of Full Sail grads have gone on to work in actual production, Emmy
Emmy-nominated TV
show,
shows,
blockbuster
Hollywood
movies
and stuff. So,
so yeah, our experience has definitely been a diluted version of it and a really weird version, but I'm grateful for it and it's been fun.
I mean, I think it's a kind of cool indicator that even if it was a hyper version of what you might get, I'm still learning things. You know, like there's a ton of stuff where you're like, I don't know what I did. You could have just, I'd have someone else basically did it for me, but I do feel like I am learning. So if I was doing this class 5 days a week, like the progress you'd be able to make.
If you want to learn like James here, educated, you can find out more about these 3D animation programs and how to get started by visiting fullsail.edu/back-to-school. And also our Full Sail series that we've been doing, posting across our channel and Rooster Teeth. There are 2 episodes already out, and our next one comes out this week on September 11th. So check that out on the Funhouse channel to see our progress. This is sort of the turning point episode. I feel like it's a test.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and welcome back. Yeah, Matt and I, we've been really butting heads about how much we are in agreement about this collection.
That's what I would say.
It's a little uncomfortable to watch, to be honest. Yeah.
No, Matt and I seem pretty excited about this. John, are you into it? The Super Mario 3D's All-Stars collection, which includes Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy.
So Galaxy gave me vertigo. I can't play Galaxy. Sunshine I missed, so I'd be excited to check that out. And Mario 64 I've replayed 100 times on both my N64 and emulation, so I'm not super excited about that one.
Same.
Yeah, that's the one I'm the least excited about, especially like I've played a bunch of randomizers of it now, so I'm like, not having that even as an option to me feels like the least good way to play it now. But
so yeah, I guess Sunshine is the only one that I'm at.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Da 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 da.
Ryan, are you excited for this?
I jumped from Nintendo consoles right before 64. Like I had the Super Nintendo. I don't even remember. And it was the N64 was after that, right? So that's where I transitioned over to PC. So these are none of my childhood Marios whatsoever. And the fact that it sounds like they're doing almost no work to make them better than they were when they were released does not inspire me to pick it up now.
That has been a big
Oh my god, I actually found the waste them.
4 or 5 ports. And
yeah, like they do look better.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get everyone's like wanting it to be completely redone, but I imagine if that was the case, we would get this like 2 years from now.
Yeah, I really thought that when Sunshine came, it would be a remake, full remake.
Yeah.
But then also sometimes with Mario and Nintendo, I sometimes wonder like how far can you go with fidelity with these?
Yeah. Well, because like the big thing with Mario 64 is like you saw it in that shot right there. Like Mario's flying around and it's just blue outside of the area that you can touch. So are they gonna have to? They have to do like a whole background for that.
Yeah,
It's Skybox. It's not that hard.
Yeah, but it was back then, right?
Look, just double the poly count, double the texture size, up the resolution, and you're there. Done. Boom.
And because the physics are different, they couldn't just rebuild the game in the Odyssey engine, right? Like, that wouldn't be a possibility.
The physics are like completely different from what I'd imagine.
Another big point. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, yeah. All I was gonna say is like it does look like Sunshine got the biggest upgrade that's noticeable, especially if you.
Pardon me.
Like at the time without like a compressive stand TV. Because that game could go, I believe, in widescreen from the start.
Mm-hmm.
But it was only if you had like certain TVs and like a certain hookup and stuff like that. So, like, you'll definitely notice an upgrade on Sunshine. Galaxy looks almost identical. Like, I can't tell a difference. But
Yeah, it's just going from 720 to 1080, which we all agreed is an unnecessary jump, right?
Unless you're going to 1440.
Oh yeah.
You know, unless you're going
skip
straight.
1080, go to 2K.
Yeah.
straight to 4K.
Don't worry about 4K. Nobody wants that. And then 8K. Don't even get me started, Nvidia.
The big point of contention from, what I saw online was the window that Nintendo is offering this trilogy for sale, which is September 15th through March 31st, 2021.
Wait, what? Were they locking it in the Disney Vault after that?
I think
Artificial
so.
scarcity. Hooray!
Well, I mean, it's digital too, so you can get it that way if you can't get a physical version. But I mean, maybe they're doing that to be like, in 2 years, here's the one that you wanted. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that. I definitely get those people who are like, yeah, why isn't it completely remade? But
Are there any
Like, their
quality of
view-
life additions or anything like that? Like, apart from them just being ported, are they doing anything new? Like, cause
Finally get to use a controller that doesn't look like Poseidon's trident.
oh, that's true. Yeah.
you have a valid point there.
That I don't know,
Yeah.
but I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's like you can play it, on the Joy-Con controllers.
Well, I don't know if it's confirmed, but doesn't Galaxy still use the motion controls with the Joy-Con? Which is weird because I know on handheld, I think if you use the tablet, like actually like point and click or whatever.
I know it demonstrated them grabbing his face with something in the trailer that rolled just a second ago.
Yeah, I guess
That'd be the A button.
checking out this post where it says, according to Nintendo's website, if you have a Switch Lite, you might have to buy a whole new set of Joy-Con controllers. But
Wow,
I saw
really?
something about that. Yeah, that was something really weird. Like, you needed external Joy-Con controllers. And it didn't make any sense, but now the motion control aspect, that kind of does.
Screen Rant says that it won't require players on the Switch to use motion controls, but it's an option. But yeah, how do you do this little Starbit collection?
Yeah, that was always my thing where I didn't think they would ever remake Galaxy 1 or Galaxy 2 because, like, how? You know? The Wii was such a unique system that required you to, like, basically be pointing at a TV at all times. So it didn't really make sense how they would, try and port that. But it's also kind of weird. I know that they've confirmed that the GameCube controller isn't going to work for Sunshine.
Huh?
Which is
Not even the ones that got re-released, like
yeah, which is weird, right? Like, you can definitely use a GameCube controller on the Switch already, and maybe this will get patched in, but it just seems like a no-brainer to be like, yeah, that game in particular already there's a controller.
Yeah, that almost seems like a troll.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did that. They made the big point of with Smash Brothers of being like, you can now buy the GameCube controller again, or this updated. Because does the Pro controller work?
I would imagine it would have to, right? Yeah. Well, for Sunshine, I can't see how it wouldn't.
I'm so excited for you, John and Ryan, you new generation of gamers, to play Super Mario Sunshine. Man, it's gonna be delightful.
It's a fun time.
Sell me this game. Why do I want to play Super Mario Sunshine?
All right, it's bright, it's beautiful, the levels are inventive,
You've lost
the
me. I
world
hate light.
opens up. Oh, I know. Okay,
Ryan, I hate light too. Trust me, I still like it. It's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
how about this?
It's like light without having to be in light. It's good.
Periodically, you have to do this one thing where you chase Metal Mario around the town square, and it's terrible, and I hate it. How about that?
I don't hate that part.
Oh, I never
we're
liked
now
that.
we're 0 for 2. There's brightness and lightness, and then you have something, a game mechanic you hate. I haven't heard a single thing that's a positive yet.
Oh, I know
Okay,
something.
Ryan,
Yes.
Ryan, I got you. This is the first game that has Bowser Jr. in it. Bowser Jr. you may recognize as who I play in Mario Kart.
Oh,
You
yeah.
get to beat the shit out of him. Every time you
World
beat
famous Smash.
Shadow Mario, you're beating Bowser Jr. Just pretend it's me for a few minutes.
How about this? You get to meet. What are they? The Delfinos? Is that what they're called?
The painters or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, Delfinos the plaza and the.
Sounds like a sequel to the Property Brothers.
Ryan, everyone is on your belly like a penguin.
I do it all the time.
There you go. You do it in this game.
You also
you say you guys don't lube up your floor and slide around in your kitchen?
Well, I mean, I know we all do that, but you can do it without all of the cleanup.
I'm gonna mount a camera to my head and call it Ryan Cart 64. I'm gonna sell it for $200. It's just a bottle of lube and a camera. Wait a minute, that's a different set.
Yeah. So we can't go outside, right? We can't go outside. We're all quarantined, but we get to go to this beautiful island paradise.
Okay.
Mario gets to go on vacation.
Yeah.
So he deserves it. He's had to deal with a lot of stuff. Can't keep a girlfriend. Do they keep getting stolen?
What's up?
The submarine level, the squid level, right?
Wait, the submarine? Oh, you mean the one where you go under the water with like the eel?
Maybe, and you're on the rig.
That's 64.
Right.
Oh no.
And there was a wisecracking lobster that sings you a song.
There's an eel underwater in Sunshine. You have to get rid of most of his teeth. He's not using them. There is the harbor. The harbor where you surf on the squids.
I love the hotel on the beach.
Oh, I did too. It's haunted.
Yeah.
It's haunted.
You guys are lucky.
It's good. It's good stuff.
One thing
enjoy it.
that I'm potentially excited for, because it's a toss-up whether it will be a thing or not, but there could be new glitches that change the way speedruns work, because
that's true.
I know with Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, most of them play on the Wii U Virtual Machine version, because there's a bunch of stuff with how it's emulated that they can manipulate saves and different things like that. So it's possible that with these new ports, that there's new ways they can break the games, and so we'll see the games getting faster somehow. Or, it will be more optimized, so then the older versions will be better. But
it's not what I would say is one of the defining features of the game, but I'm glad you can find the positive in it. I'm into that. I'm excited. Also, Dead by Daylight's getting some graphical overhaul. I thought I would mention this because Brian, I know, is a big fan.
Yeah, we played a pretty good amount of that game. Oh, that's kind of a weird thing to do, too, because the graphical jankiness is almost a game mechanic for Dead by Daylight. Being able to hide in plain sight sometimes from the killer is one of the main things that you do as a survivor.
But they're saying no. More
I look forward to it. Yeah, I'll play it. All right, I'll give it a thumbs up.
I'll download.
Well, I think this is for everybody then, even if it's mentioned as a footnote at the end of the podcast. Matt and Ryan, thank you so much for being on. You guys were great, and it was nice chatting with you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you.
Yeah. E-high five. Wait, what corner is it? That way.
Yeah, there you go through there.
Missed it.
I'll go up. I'll go up.
Okay.
Go up.
There we go. Got it.
Nice.
That's definitely the best high five. Elise is up there. There we go. That looks more like I'm working you like a sock puppet.
Hello, HR. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you guys so much, and thank you to our first members for hanging out and watching with us. Check out the schedule to see what's next. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. Whatever is next.
It's something.
Well, that's it for the show this week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Dude Tube. Before we jump right in, I just want to take less than a minute to remind everyone watching.
Right, that's it for today's stream, guys. Thank you all for watching when you did, and I hope I'll catch you next time.
States